G'day everyone, welcome to this weekend update. And over the last couple of days there's been some very big moves in precious metals and in particular in silver. So very exciting period of time. It's been a long time coming and it looks like it's really starting to unfold now. We also saw the American market powering on as well, so there's just amazing strength there. So it's all very positive and all pretty much along the lines of what I'd been expecting for 2014. So let's have a look at the action. The S&P index ended up gaining 42 points on the week, so that's a big week. And that really ended the correction very emphatically. And not only did the correction end when the S&P index moved back above the 1770 resistance, but it rose then 7 sessions in succession in total. So that's a very, very powerful rebound. And because of that strength, I believe there's every chance now we'll see new highs above 1860. How much further it runs from there remains to be seen, but there's no doubting the amount of buying power in the American market at the moment. Now the ASX 200 index also had a good week, rose by 190, and we'll also see, I would expect, further gains on Monday as well. Our corporate earnings season was a bit mixed, but generally not too bad, so that's not really providing much of a drag. And certainly the banks were good, and Rio's report was good as well. So with the banks and the major miners doing well, the index is always going to do well. So sectors in all strength in all sectors, but certainly the banks and the major miners increasing their profits and also increasing their dividends quite nicely as well. So the market really liked that. Now gold jumped $52 on the week, but before I go any further on that, let's just have a look at the indices. So this is the S&P 500. If we pan back, you can see yet again that 150-day moving average, the red line, has again provided support. I was expecting that even the shallowest of corrections would get down to 1725. It didn't. It fell about 13 points short of that, and then reversed on Wednesday the 5th of February, and then basically just blasted back from there. And you can see it's like the emerging market currency crisis never happened. There was a panic for a few days, and then everything went back to normal. And you know, we're only a whisker off, we're only about 10 or 12 points off the all-time highs. So an amazing rebound in the S&P, and you just don't want to be trading in any other direction but to the long side at the moment. Now moving to the Australian market, and you can see that our index, which is essentially the banks and the major miners, had a pretty good week, and they've had a strong succession of gains as well. But if we just look at the miners, you can see the miners have formed a new medium-term high. So really a strong rebound going on there. But the banks have been in decline with lower highs and lower lows. But I think with the reporting results through the week from ANZ and CBA, I think we'll continue to see the banks gain. So I think there'll be further gains in the index in Australia. Now turning to gold, we got above this key 1270 level, and then gold just kept going. And you can see that there is potential resistance level at 1339. We closed the week at 1318, so another $20 in gold to expect some resistance around that level. The ultimate confirmation would be a move above 1440. Once we see that, then this rally in gold and gold stocks is well and truly underway. But the gold stock rally is already happening. Now, if we look at silver, silver had not been following, as it tends not to do initially. So the order of things here is that gold stocks tend to move first, then gold follows, and then silver follows gold. That's the normal pattern that happens, and that's playing out perfectly this time round. So you can see silver hadn't done anything, been trapped in this very tight range, and then blasted clear on Friday night. The fundamentals around the silver market are extremely conducive to much higher prices in silver. So that's pretty exciting. Let's have a look at the spread, which is the GDX index divided by the price of gold, and you can see now that that index just got up and touched the moving average, which is the 150 period moving average. Did so in August last year when the price of gold spiked, but it quickly went back down and formed new lows. But this time we've broken through that moving average. The moving average has flattened out, and I think this time it's for real. Let's just have a look at the GDX index. So going quite nicely. We moved off the lows around $20, got up to about 23, plateaued for a couple of weeks, and now I've started moving higher again. So pretty positive with that. And the junior miners have been moving a bit harder, which is what you'd expect. More leverage in those junior miners, and you can see some really good volumes kicking in over the last week into those indices as well. So a lot of strength around the place. So gold stocks now outperforming gold, and this is the start of something very substantial, I believe, in the precious metals market. Now copper was steady at 326, and oil was steady at $100 compared to the previous weekend, so not much movement in those commodities. This is the spot copper chart, still showing good strength and resilience. So overall, from a strategic point of view, as I said last week, I expect the resources and gold to be the outperformers in 2014. The results that Rio Tinto have just come out with support that view, with costs reducing, production up, and profit margins up, and capital expenditure down. So a lot of good things coming out of that sector, I believe. It's going to be a year to buy the dips, but resources are more volatile. You need to know what you're doing. You can still easily get yourself into trouble if you don't have a very clear game plan in a more volatile market environment. And I think that's definitely what we're going to have in 2014. So now, we can obviously declare that the correction in America is over, although with less than a 10% drop in the index, you'd have to question whether we even had a correction. It doesn't really qualify. So we're back onto the strong uptrend again. Now I'm going to be doing a webinar in about 10 days. In fact, Tuesday the 25th of February, and it's going to be about the best stocks to buy in 2014. So I'm going to be covering the major unfolding trends for 2014. One of the realities is you won't learn about these trends in the media until it's too late, until all the cream has been taken. You've really got to be on top of these trends as they're starting, as we have been doing so over the last couple of weeks, and our members have profited very, very nicely from some opportunities over the last 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to be looking at how to make the most out of those trades, because you've got to have a technique. Just the fact that the market is going up in certain areas is generally not enough, because human psychology can still manage to muck it up. I'll be looking at what all the successful traders do, how they actually approach the market, and give themselves an extremely high probability of making money. And I think 2014 has the potential to be an even better year than 2013, and we had a pretty good year. And I'll be covering what your game plan must look like if you hope to have a good year in 2014. If any of the elements that I present in that webinar are missing, then chances are you're going to struggle in 2014. Now, if you're not a member of, or sorry, you're not registered for our regular updates, then you need to do so to get an invite to the webinar, because we'll be sending out an email on that in the next few days. So if you're not on our mailing list, then go to www.specialistshareeducation.com.au and register. It's free, of course, and it just ensures that you get onto our mailing list. If anyone wants to talk to me in particular about the market and about trading and trading opportunities, then there's my contact details as well. Always happy to talk to people who are genuine about wanting to make money in the market. That's it for this week. There's a lot of green lights. It's very positive, and I'm exceedingly excited about 2014. Cheers.